Earlier this week, a college student was found dead at the local university library. Authorities are still investigating this case and have several suspects. And now, a word from our sponsors.
Introducing new Virginia Slims, the slim cigarette for women only.
I just can't believe somebody would do this.
Slimmer with flavor women like.
Yates, we have your suspects and your one witness waiting.
All right, I want them split up. Just use the interrogation room on each floor.
So, do you want me to assign an officer to each of them, or...?
No. Let's let the probable murderers and one terrified witness wait alone. In fact, why don't we give them each a knife in case they're bored with strangulation from their last hit?
So, I'll just put them on separate floors with an officer for each of them.
Jesus Christ, O'Connor, it makes me sick to my stomach that you are my tax dollars at work!
So, that's sad about your friend. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I can't get over it.
How'd you find out?
Well, word traveled around the university quick, and everyone knew we were friends, so I heard from a lot of people.
So when was the last time you...
Thank you for waiting, Miss Gwendolyn. I'm sure Detective O'Connor here gave you the rundown.
The rundown?
Well, yes. You are here as a witness, per se, because you're one of the last people to see Miss Locke on the day of her passing.
She was murdered.
Well, yes, that is the general consensus. And we're here to try to figure out who committed this atrocious act.
I just don't know who could do such a thing.
Why don't we start from the beginning?
Elena and I were friends since her first day here.
Hey there, need some help?
Actually, yes, that would be great.
No problem, us girls gotta stick together around here, right?
Right. I'm Elena Locke.
Gwendolyn.
Right, well, that's great you two were so close. But that was what, 3 or 4 months ago?
I think Gwendolyn was just trying to recount the early days, establish a relationship.
Thank you, Detective. It was a lovely friendship up until her last day. I can't help but take a trip down memory lane.
Miss Gwendolyn, do you know anyone who you believe could have been the culprit behind all this?
Oh, I haven't had time to think about that.
But if you had to...
Tommy.
Daez. Daez, spelled D-A-E-Z.
Occupation?
I just sort of work around.
What the fuck does that even mean?
You know, Miami's a busy place. You can always pick up work doing odd jobs.
Well, I am not even going to go into whatever illegal or legal activity you may or may not be involved in.
Yeah. We're more interested in figuring out how you killed Elena Locke.
Look, you're not going to schlep this crime onto me by speaking in accusatory tones.
Accusatory? Oh, that's a big word coming from some dropout working odd jobs.
Yeah, so what?
Just saying. Maybe you're smarter than you let on.
Oh, no, it's not that. I just carry a small dictionary in my jacket pocket.
Thank you, Mr. Diaz. Could you tell us how you know the deceased?
You mean Elena?
Why? You know other dead people, punk?
No, I would just prefer not to refer to her that way.
What was your relationship?
We were friendly.
Friendly as in...
I knew her. We were friends.
Can you walk us through the relationship?
We hit it off right away. Hello there.
And that's pretty much the gist of it.
So, Miss Lane, you obviously know why you're here.
I do, but I don't fully understand my connection to this case.
We understand you and Miss Locke knew each other. And we all spoke to the librarian on duty at the time of Miss Elena's death, and she said she faintly heard a name being called before the body was found. It was yours, Brittany.
But that's ridiculous. I wasn't even there that time. I was in rehearsal.
As our records indicate, you were on break from rehearsal.
But I never left the theater building.
Is there anyone that can confirm this?
Yes, actually, I do remember seeing her in the building at that time.
So, what were you doing in the theater building at 3:02 p.m.?
Well, it's not just the theater building. There are other offices and classes there, too. We don't have a very big theater department here.
So, what were you doing there?
I was turning in a late paper to my history professor's office.
Alright, so we have someone who saw her. And you're not doing her any favors by saying that, are you?
Oh, Detective, Miss Lane and I are not friends. After what happened between her and Elena?
Wait, what do you mean? What happened?
You mean she didn't tell you?
Weak stomach. Can I get you anything to drink? Coffee?
Coffee would be good. I'm used to working night shifts, so this is pretty brutal for me right now.
Okay, sure thing. I'll be right back.
So, Tommy, I've been meaning to ask you, how do you even know anyone here? You're not a student, right?
I'm not here on account of that.
Okay, fine. Off the record. What are you doing here?
Off the record, go fuck yourself.
Look, I'm not trying to trick you. I don't care what happened. But if you're innocent, it's probably in your best interest to tell me what's going on here.
My girlfriend goes here.
Who's your girlfriend?
I was right there in the theater building. I had no interest in killing Elena Locke.
You sure about that? Pretty young girl comes here, starts getting all the attention.
It's a big campus, Detective.
No, you're right. You'd only run into Elena if you spent time with the same people. Speaking of which, who do you like to spend time with?
Why does that matter?
Might help establish an alibi. Do you have a boyfriend? Is it serious? How tall is he?
Thank you, O'Connor. But, yes, that was our next question. Miss Lane, do you have a boyfriend?
Yes.
I see. And does this boyfriend happen to be one Mr. Tommy Diaz?
Yes, How did you know that? Is Tommy in some sort of trouble?
It all started shortly after Elena first got here. Elena was boy crazy to say the least. And Tommy Diaz definitely noticed her. Then again, he notices all girls. Well, the ones he would prey on anyways. The pretty, mysterious ones.
Wait, I don't understand. How does Tommy Diaz come into this?
It's weird, right? Almost like he sought her out.
Yeah, girls tend to rebel against that.
So anyways, it came as no surprise we went out to dinner that one night, and he just happened to be there. With his girlfriend, Brittany.
Hey guys, how are you?
How do you know them?
Well, I've seen you several times, but I'm sorry, I've never gotten your name.
Elena.
Elena, right. And Gwendolyn, I know from when I went here.
Seems like you're here more now than before you dropped out.
Always a pleasure, Gwendolyn. Would you guys care to join us?
Sure, I'm good with that. Is that okay with you, Gwendolyn?
That's fine.
Great.
Hey, Brittany, why don't we go get drinks?
So he pulls out a gun and he starts firing into the air, and then the entire orchestra stands up and they start firing their guns into the air. You know, and then like the security guards start firing their guns.
Wow, I didn't know how cool you are.
I think everyone drinks in college. I'm not a square. They don't even ID here.
No, I mean with your boyfriend. Leaving him over there like that?
Well, they're just talking, and I'm standing right here.
Oh. Well, sorry then. I was clearly out of line.
Wait! Am I missing something here?
No, just forget I said anything. I don't even know you guys.
Tell me.
It's just, they seem awfully close. I mean, him asking us to sit with you guys? How does he even know her already? She's only been here 2 weeks. But please, forget I said anything. I was just making an observation that's clearly wrong. Oh, I hope I didn't make you paranoid.
But I guess I did make her paranoid. She was always suspicious after that. I felt so bad.
So, was it true? Was there something going on between those two?
Well, I never got complete confirmation. Elena was very secretive. But based on what I saw that night, there was something going on between those two.
I kept tabs on him. I knew where he was. But I couldn't get it out of my head.
Did you have reason to believe?
I know she was with him. And he wrote her dirty letters.
You saw them.
That night, yes. It was so obvious. And he was aloof. And that small town slut came in and he got all caught up. What is so great about her?
No, I mean the letters.
Yes, I think I saw one once. It looked like it had been through the wash, but I could make some of it out. I know he was with her. I know it, and I gave him everything. What else does a girl have to be to keep a man?
Miss Lane, will you excuse Detective O'Connor and I for a moment? Oh man, what do you think about that bombshell?
Well, she's younger than me and quite possibly crazy, but my God, those eyes, that hair.
No, you dickless wonder. I'm talking about her outburst just now. I think it seems pretty clear. Elena screamed her name while she was being murdered. She was livid and paranoid over Tommy cheating on her with Elena.
Yeah, but do we know for sure that he was cheating?
Doesn't matter. If she thought deep down she knew he was, and it sounds like she knew he was, that gives her a motive.
Oh my god, I killed my best friend? I shouldn't have said anything to Brittany.
It's not your fault, Gwendolyn. You didn't do anything wrong here.
Are you sure she did it?
Well, we haven't made any arrests yet, but so far...
So far, we can't make any comments on an ongoing investigation.
Oh. I see.
Mr. Diaz, we'd like to ask you another question about Elena. Did you happen to have an...
could you? You have this gorgeous girlfriend that most guys would cut off their right nut to be with, and you cheat on her?
Look, Brittany was more into our relationship than I was. Yeah, I cheated, but it wasn't just her I wanted. And it wasn't just about two-timing Brittany either. I had a thing for Elena.
Do you realize the paranoia you caused on your girlfriend?
And you thought you could just get rid of anyone standing in the way of your harem.
Look, I'm not on trial here for being a shitty boyfriend. Yeah, I cheated. And now someone's dead, but that's not the result of me. Although it does involve a lot of the same people.
You good-looking bastard.
Hey, stop. Get a hold of this. Can I talk to you outside? So, this guy is in pretty deep with this whole situation. But even if he did have an affair with Elena, does that really give him a motive?
Have we seen her medical records?
Because this has been a bit of a high-profile case, we had to expedite her records earlier this week. Oh my. I'm surprised they didn't let you know sooner.
What?
I'm pregnant.
So when was the last time you...
I need to talk to you. She was pregnant.
That means that Tommy then... No. And Brittany... No. Okay, we need some help here. And you know these people better than we do, obviously.
Right, it's not that we can't do our job.
No, I completely get it. You only just met these people.
Exactly. So, listen to this. We just found out your friend was pregnant. Did you know about this?
Yes. She had just told me the day she died. It was the last time I saw her.
So, given this information, that's why you pointed us towards Tommy Diaz.
What? No. Tommy wasn't the only man Elena was with.
What do you mean? Was she sleeping with other men?
Well, I don't know about men, but I do know she was seeing,
A what?
one of her professors. It was a younger guy, Professor Dorn.
Why didn't you say anything before?
Well, forgive me, but you didn't really ask. I didn't want to get anyone in trouble that wasn't necessary. I'd like to preserve my friend's reputation if I can.
I understand, but you really should have told us.
I'm so sorry, you're right. I was just trying to protect my friend.
So, Elena told you she was pregnant. Do you think Dawn killed her?
No, I think Professor Dorn was completely innocent. I don't even think she told him. Besides, they were only together the one time.
It only takes one time, Miss Gwendolyn.
You are absolutely right, Detective.
You can't smoke in here. The federal office.
Sorry. Thank you for coming down here so quickly, Professor Dawn. I know you got a lot on your plate.
Not really.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not busy. I'm a professor at a university. It's November. Finals haven't even started yet. I'm not busy.
Right. So, you've got plenty of free time to mingle and fraternize and get chummy with the students.
I suppose?
Professor, we brought you down here because, as you know, a student has been slain on campus.
I'm aware, yes.
A student you had carnal relations with?
Yes, a one-time mistake I deeply regret, but that doesn't link me to this case.
So, when was the last time you spoke with Elena?
Roughly 6 weeks ago.
And is that when you two,
Yes, when we had relations.
So, how did you feel when you found out she was pregnant?
I didn't know she was pregnant. Like I said, I haven't spoken to her in 6 weeks.
Given the time frame, it's highly likely the kid was yours.
I highly doubt that that's true or that the child was mine.
Pretty calm for a man that could lose everything. His job, his wife, and kids if this were to go out.
Look, I'm sorry I had a one-time tryst with a student of mine. It just happened.
Trust me, this kind of thing never just happens. A lot of effort goes into it.
Look, I understand I have a lot at stake here in this situation, but this was a girl that hasn't crossed my mind in a month and a half.
Why not?
Why would she?
Well, she was beautiful, intelligent, interesting.
Really? How so? What was so exceptional about her? See what I mean? Anyone around here just wanted her because she was new. It made her mysterious, but I can tell you, whatever sort of hypothetical stunt she might have used to blackmail me, I could have gotten her out of my hair without the use of murder.
How do we know for sure?
How far along was she?
2 months. Oh.
Can I go now?
No. Alright, so the kid wasn't yours. But you didn't know that till she told you.
But she didn't tell me.
Tell us about how the relationship came to be.
Well, she was pretty, yes, but lots of girls are pretty. She came into my office asking me about what she could do to improve a grade. I remember it being 6 weeks ago because the bad grade was her midterm. At one point, she got up and sat extremely close. Then she seduced me. Everything after that was a blur.
You know, I really wish it didn't turn out so well for them in their stories.
Professor, do you stand by what you said? Is it the truth?
I do. And because I was honest, I would really appreciate if this conversation never left this room.
Right.
You have a family.
3 can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. Since you already killed the only other person who knew, what's 2 more?
First of all, that makes 4 of us. And secondly, no, I didn't, because I did not kill Elena. I merely slept with her and never called, or raised her grade much for that matter.
I think we should let Dawn go. We can't keep him if he just doesn't connect to the case.
Yeah, it's a shame. It seemed like he'd have some sort of involvement.
Nah. Sounds like Elena was just a little too freewheeling in more ways than one. Probably has a lot of enemies.
Yeah, we should let Dorn go. I'll go tell him.
So what'd Professor Dorn say?
Well, I'm not really supposed to say.
Come on, I'm on your side. I just want to know what you think.
Well, let's just say we let him go.
Good. I'm glad. I didn't think it was him. But I guess it means we aren't any closer to finding out who did this.
It is a bit of a puzzle right now.
Sort of like a maze.
Okay, Miss Gwendolyn, you are free to go.
Okay, thank you. Are you sure you don't need anything else from me?
Now, Miss Gwendolyn, you've been more than helpful. But now it's time for us to do our jobs and figure this thing out.
Well, I am exhausted. Will you tell me when you solve the case?
We'll have to let the family know first. But if we can notify you before the news goes public, we will.
Thank you, Detective Yates. And you too, Detective O'Connor.
Hey, Gwendolyn.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
Yes. Well, no.
Okay, bye.
Wait, I wanted to talk to you about the case. I'm a reporter with the university newspaper.
I'm sorry, but I really don't think I should be talking about this.
Are you sure? Everyone is dying to hear about what you have to say about all this.
Really?
So, these notes. You said you found one?
Yes. I was washing Tommy's clothes one weekend when he went away, and I found the note in his pocket.
And did you confront Mr. Diaz about the note?
No. I talked myself out of it. I wanted to build a case against him before confronting him.
Well, that's kind of the plan here, too. Did you show the note to anyone else?
I was too embarrassed. It was vulgar.
What did the note say?
Something about Elena. I could make out her name, and it mentioned certain choice body parts.
Do you have the note, Brittany?
Yes. It's in a jewelry box in my dorm.
We'd like you to bring it in, or we may have to send someone to go get it.
Detective, I did not kill Elena. I hated her, yes, and I was hurt, but I don't even know what the point of killing Elena would be.
To get rid of her?
But why? If I was to exact revenge on someone, wouldn't it be Tommy for me?
Perhaps. That is the logical explanation. But if I know one thing about murderers, Miss Brittany, it's that they rarely kill out of logic.
So, Gwendolyn, how did you first hear about the tragic death of your friend Elena Locke?
Well, I was actually working pretty late the night before and was still sleeping, so I didn't hear about it until the evening from another friend of mine, Sally Winkle.
I see. And what or who do they think police is involved in the murder?
Well, I can't really say, but it seems like a bit of a love triangle in there.
How so?
There's affairs, jealousy, but the most telling evidence is a love letter a guy wrote for a girl other than his girlfriend.
Oh wow, how scandalous. Everyone following the case is gonna love this. What did it say?
It was about a certain set of lady parts and perhaps an ode to them in the note.
Ooh la la. Who wrote it?
I can't say.
Right. I'm the smart one because I'm clearly not the pretty one. That's what all men want, right? The pretty one? Even the smart man wants to fuck Bridget Bardot. I wanted to tell him how I did it. Sure, Elena was pretty, but you know what's impressive? A creative mind. A creative mind that can kill in cold blood and get away with it. How is that not compelling?
I'm pregnant.
I'll admit I was a wee bit pissed when I found out Dorn was cheating on me with Elena. He vowed to never do it again, but as you know, it only takes one time. I knew there was only one way to solve the problem and win Dorn back. I would appeal to his mind.
I can get us out of this.
How? What can you possibly do?
I'll get rid of her.
And go to jail. Great plan, sweetheart. If only your term paper had been so detailed.
No, you pessimistic oaf. I'll get away with it.
No, you won't.
I'm the best student you've ever had. You said so yourself.
I think I was referring to something else.
I'll take everything I know and model it after the best femme fatales. The Clara Bow case, the Lavinia Fisher killings. But I'll learn from their mistakes.
The heavyweights, in a class of their own. This will never work. You pull this off, and I'll marry you.
Deal.
Fail, and I had nothing to do with it.
To commit and be absolved from murder is not easy. First, you presume innocence. You want everyone to know how much you care for the victim, but not too much. Don't put on airs. Next, you've got to create motives. For everyone. Leaving a trail of confusion so vast, the case seems it had many leads and none all at once. Who did your victim spend time with? Why would those people want to kill her? Each person should have a motive in your mind. But that's not enough. You've got to create the motivation, even if your victim isn't the cause of it. All that matters is the right person thinks she is. You've got to know your intended suspects. What are their habits? What would cause them to seemingly break? By the time Elena told me she was pregnant, I'd already been planning her murder for over a month. 2 months since she and Dorn had been together. The irony was not lost on me. The truth is, I liked Elena. She was nice enough, but she got complacent being number one. She got used to the spotlight. And more importantly, she created quite a hurdle in my relationship. It got old, her being the end goal for every man. Actually pulling the trigger was merely a business decision, if you will.
Hey, you. Thanks for meeting me here. I figured I would get a lot of books and I need some help. Looks like I was right.
Yeah, good thing.
So I know I'm not that far along, but I was thinking that if it's a boy, Jonathan, you know, after his father, Jonathan Doran Jr. has a really nice ring to it. And if it's a girl, Brittany!
Okay, Mr. Diaz, we have Miss Locke's medical file, and as you may or may not know, she was pregnant. So that obviously gives you a motive.
I don't follow.
You had sex with her. And son, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but sometimes when you have sex with women, they multiply.
But I wasn't having sex with Elena. I wasn't having an affair with her.
Come again?
I merely said I had a thing for her. I never said anything about having an affair with her. Though I would have liked to.
What are you talking about? You cheated on Brittany. You said so yourself.
Yeah, but not with Elena. I wanted to.
So who were you writing dirty love letters to?
What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
What is it? What?
Detective Yates?
What is it? I'm very busy watching my career go up in flames here.
I have a Wilson...
Renner.
Wilson Renner here. He's from the university newspaper. He said he'd like to speak with you as soon as possible.
Look, tell him to wait in the lobby and I'll be with him once I'm done talking to the other suspect.
Okay.
Do you wholeheartedly believe that Tommy was having an affair with Elena Locke?
I mean, yes. Her name was the only name on the letter. I only met her the one time, but Tommy seemed so smitten that night at the bar.
Is there anyone else that he could have been having an affair with that you suspected?
I guess there could have been another name instead of, or in addition, but I know Elena had some involvement.
He said there wasn't. But you believe there was?
He's lied to me too, Detective. Who's to say we should trust his word?
When you say things like that, it makes us not want to trust yours.
We'll talk to him and see if there's anyone else he'll admit to. So far, he's saying it's a no-go with Elena.
Oh, please. Like Elena would have turned him down.
Detective, please, I have a quick question.
What are you doing back here, kid?
Please, Detective, it'll only take a second. I have a deadline.
Look, we're in the middle of an investigation. Wait out in the hall. Once we're done talking to the suspect, we'll answer your question.
It shouldn't be that much longer. I think the exhaustion's starting to break them.
So, Tommy, why don't you tell us about this woman you've been defiling when your girlfriend isn't enough?
Or women you've been defiling. Womanizer!
All right, O'Connor.
Sorry.
Look, it wasn't Elena, so what does it matter? It was just some girl I knew from when I went here.
Can we get a name there?
She was a few years younger than me. It was your witness, Gwendolyn.
Donahue?
Yes.
Elena's best friend?
It's not like that. I didn't realize they were best friends. And Gwendolyn and I had known each other for years. And she was very persistent all of a sudden.
When was all of a sudden?
About 2 3 months ago. I can't be certain.
What happened in the relationship?
It was casual. She didn't even seem to care.
Did you ever talk about Elena?
I would try to. Ask what she's been up to, if we could all hang out. But she'd get angry. At first.
Why at first?
Well, after a while, she seemed to encourage it. She would invite me out with both of them all the time.
Do you think she was more invested in the relationship romantically and whatnot than you were?
I don't think so. She always seemed like she had something else or someone else on her mind.
Did you act that way around Brittany?
It's possible I became a little distracted. But Gwendolyn was so laid back, she didn't care what I did. And I was also always wondering about Elena. She was so mysterious.
So did you ever spend any time with Elena?
Not as much as I would have liked. I saw her occasionally, and it's not like I didn't have feelings for Brittany. I wanted Elena, I just couldn't have her.
Yes, you couldn't have her. Is that why you took her? You killed her?
I think we both know that would have been pointless.
All right. We have to go answer the reporter's questions before his head explodes. We'll be right back. Wait here, Diaz. All right, kid. What do you got for us?
Okay, great. My main question is about this mysterious love letter I've heard a lot about. It sounds so scandalous. I would love for it to be a part of my piece. Murder angle, love triangle.
Wait, hold it. How do you know about the letter?
That girl you sent out told me, Gwendolyn, she said that there was a guy who sent a love letter to someone other than his girlfriend, and that it contained a section about, a certain set of lady parts, and had an ode to them in the note.
Oh my God. She's the only one who knew what the letter said.
People like puzzles with the lines already drawn. They just want to fill in the gaps themselves. And if you're good, you can convince them to fill in those gaps with whatever you want. Whatever information you feed them. Helena never got that. Most people don't. But I can't kill anyone who doesn't get that. And I can't punish every person who does me wrong. All I can do is solve the puzzle in front of me best I can.
Go, just go.
All I can do is work those around me who will box me in as just one adjective. So sometimes that means playing the smart hand, the innocent hand, what have you. I really don't care what they want to box me in as anymore. Just so long as I can choose who's waiting for me on the other side when I get out of this maze.